Hi guys, welcome back to this YouTube channel. Yeah. Oh, so the thing is that I have to record this class like I'm doing it the same day, so it's a lot of work, and then but then it's fine. It's good. This is going to be the last one for the day and for geometric series. At least for now, in case anything except anything comes up in the future. So some of geometric progression. There's a formula for it. There was a formula for some of arithmetic progression too. Maybe you had Sn equals n over 2 plus 2a plus n minus 1d. You remember, right? And then we also had the other formula that was n over 2 into brackets, first term plus the last term. So we have something like that for this guide for the geometric progression. But in this case, our sum of GP is just a into bracket r raised by n minus 1 and divided by r minus 1, or a into bracket 1 minus r raised by n over 1 minus r. So the thing is, the formulas will give you the same answer, right? It's not as if one is greater than the other. It's just that if your r is greater than 1, like if your r is a number that is bigger than 1, it's more convenient. It's not as if it is, I don't know. I don't even know how to like exactly put it. It's more convenient to use this one where r is coming first and it is subtracting 1 at the end of the day. So if your r is greater than 1, right, it's kind of convenient to use this. But if your r is lesser than 1, then it's convenient to use that. But for me, because of my experience with students, people that don't like maths, or it takes them like once they learn something, they don't want to like twist it and turn it upside down. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to use one formula, which is just this, and because we get the same answer anyways. So we really want to know how to solve our questions and then arrive at the answer that we're supposed to arrive in. But for those who love maths, like all of their life is maths, or I don't know, so they may decide to interchange. But when you're interchanging, please be careful because the denominators also have a reflection of what you're trying to do. So in this case, r is first, so the denominator is r minus 1, right? In this other case, 1 is first, so the denominator is 1 minus r. Okay, so don't go and do a into bracket r raised by n minus 1, then divided by 1 minus r, instead of which you have r minus 1. So, or maybe for you too, you could just decide, let me just use this, let me just know this formula and bounce, and anything I want to do, that's what I'm going to be using. So, yeah, it says find the following GPs, find the sum of the following GPs. So, we have these things. Now, for the first question, we have our first term solution. So, for our A equals to, how about our R? Our R will be like second number divided by the first number. So you can do 6 over 2 or 18 over 6 or whatever. And then this one is going to give us 3. Is that okay? Is that clear? So it now says find the sum of the following GPs. We don't even know the number of terms. And it's not saying we can use first term plus last term. Even if we could use that in an AP, for example, we always needed to like find the n. So in this case, how do we find n? How? Okay, we know the last term. That's the same way we've been applying these things since. You know the trick, the way the whole thing goes. So un equals a r n minus 1. Our last term for that question is 1458. Will then be equal to our first term is 2. R is 3 n minus 1. So we could just do 1458 divided by 2. That will give us 729. So 1 4. Okay, let me just over 2 over 2. This takes this, and this is 729 divided by equals 3 raised to power n minus 1. We can express this as so 3 raised to power 4 is 3 raised to power 3 is 27, 4 is 5 is 243. So 6 should be 729. So this should be 3 raised to power 6 and 3 raised to power n minus 1. So from here, n equals 7. So there are 7 terms in that question. So is that correct? What I have here? 7 terms, yeah. So after 7 terms, then what then should we do? Question says you find the sum. So how do we find our sum? Sum equals a into bracket this one I'll be using over r minus 1. So a is 2, 2 into bracket. R is 3, 3 raised power. Now we have our n to be 7, 3 raised power 7 minus 1, and divided by 3 minus 1. Okay. So Sn is just basically going to be equal to 2 into bracket 3 raised power 7 minus 1 divided by 2. This exists. So 3 raised power 7, raised power 7 is going to give us, what did I put here? 2187. 2187. So we have 2187 minus equals 2187 minus 1. And then the sum of the 7 times is 2186. With that, we are done. Then for B, we also have this. It says as far as the eighth term. So which means we already have our N as 8. Alright, then we have our A as 30. What then is our R? You have to be careful. You could have easily done 30 over 15 to get your R. But no, remember that it's succeeding one divided by the preceding one. So 15 over 30, which is half. Right? So normally, since my R is half, I'm supposed to use this formula, but I won't. Right? Let me just stick to this. Alright, so S into brackets. S of N is 8, so 8 equals A, which is 30 into brackets half raised by 8 minus 1 and divided by half minus 1. Alright, so from here I have S8 equals 30 into brackets 2 raised by 8. Is that not, that's like 25, what is it, 256. I have 30 into brackets 1 over 256 minus 1, then divided by half minus 1 is minus half. So this is like 30 divided by minus half. So that's going to be minus 60. You can put it in your calculator. It's just like 30 divided by minus 0.5. 30 over half is 60. And the minus makes it minus 60. Then 1 over 25 is minus 1. That will give us minus 255 over 256. Now the minus here takes the minus here. And you multiply 60 times 255, 15,300 divided by 256. And this one gives us 59 whole number, 49 over 64, I think. 49 over 64. Can you break that 49? Actually, it's 59 whole number, 196 over 256. 196 over 256. But when you break 196 and 256, it's still eventually going to give you 59 whole number, 49 over 64. I think divided by 4. So if you divide this by 4, you get 49. If you divide this by 4, you get 64. And then this is the sum of those 8 terms. So let's talk about example 2, example 3, and then bye-bye. Okay. So it says in a GP, the first term is 153. So that's example. How many have we even done now? It is to be number 3. So the first term is 153. And then it says and the sixth term, U6 equals 17 over 27. Okay, find the sum of the first 4 terms. So you should find sum of the first 4 terms. So we've been given that the first term is 153, the sixth term is 17 over 27. Find the sum of the first 4 terms. It's okay. So for U6, we know U6 is going to be equal to AR5, right? So U6 has been given as 17 over 27. A is 153, then R5. So let's try to get our R because we need that in our sum. So remember the formula now. Sn equals ARn minus 1 over R minus 1. So we need to have that R. So what I just do is multiply both sides by 153, 17 over 27 times 1 over 153 equals R is power 5. I don't have to be doing it again. So 17 can go in 153 9 times. So 17 here 1, 17 here 9. Okay, so we are going to be having 1 over, since this is raised power 5, something can go here. So we have 3 raised power 3 times 9. 3 raised power 2 equals r raised power 5. So you can see we are just making the thing easier for ourselves. So 1 over 3 raised power 5 equals r5. So this is actually 1 over 3 raised power 5 equals r5. So from here, our r equals 1 over 3. So now that we've gotten our r, we can now go and look for the first 4 terms. We know our first term, we know our common ratio. N is definitely going to be 4. So now S4 is going to be equal to A is 153 into brackets 1 over 3 raised power 4 minus 1 divided by 4 minus 1. Is it 4 minus 1? Yeah, 4 times 4 minus 1. Alright, so S4 equals 1 over, this should be 81. 1 over 81. Oh, 153 into brackets 1 over 81 minus 1, right? Minus 1, then divided by 3. 3 here 1, 3 here 5, 3 in 3, 1. So I just have to be sure that oh, you see, so I've done a mistake. So r is 1 over 3. So 1 over 3 minus 1 is minus 2 over 3. Alright, and then I have 153 here. Okay, no problem. So S4 equals 153 times 3 over minus 2 into brackets. 153 divided by minus 2 over 3 is same as 153 times 3 over minus 2. So 1 over 81 minus 1, that's, you have to take 80 away from 1 for this guy to subtract it. So minus 80 over 81. This cancels this minus here. So S4 also 153 times 3. I can do 2 here 1, 2 here 40. So when you multiply the whole numerator and you divide it, so when you multiply the whole numerator, we're having 183, 18. It shouldn't be 183 anymore. Okay. Let me just do, because I'm trying to follow what is here. Let me leave this one as 80 that it is. So minus is already out. Or let me minus already out. Then let me leave 2 here. So this multiplication can work. Alright, see by the calculator that I've done all that in mind. So 18360 divided by 18360 divided by 2 times 81 is 162. 162. So finally, the answer is going to be 2262 over 3. So just use your calculator to like solve it out. So 226, 2260 number, then 2 over 3. So the minus already cancelled the minus here. And you can see that instead of trying to get a decimal, you can also get a decimal if you like. But instead of trying to get, it's kind of easy. 1 over 81 minus 1. Like, it's actually, for you to get 1, if you want to express in terms of 81, so that's going to be, I'm trying to, okay, that's going to be like 80 over 81 plus 1 over 81. So since they have the common denominators, you know from primary school, 80 plus 1 is 81, then over 81, that will give you this 1 here. So if you're now doing 1 over 81 minus 1, so that means you need 80 over 81 for you to be able to like carry out that operation. So that's why it is minus 80 over 81, then just multiply it out. But if you don't know maths, like if all of these things seem confusing, like just use your calculator and get what you're supposed to get and then leave it alone. So with that, we've gotten the answer to that question. So the final example. So I just hope that with all of these numerous examples that you'll be able to like attempt questions on this really, really well. So this question says a GP has six terms. A GP has six terms. That's example 4. A GP has six terms. If the third and the fourth terms are 28 and minus 56, third term U3 equals 28, fourth term equals minus 56. Then find the first term, the sum of the GP, the first six terms of the GP. So find the first term, find the sum of the GP, and then find the first six terms of the GP. So from here we can get our R. Common ratio is just going to be U4 over the one that comes immediately before it, U3, minus 56 divided by 28 equals minus 2. All right, so how do we find the first term? We already know the fourth term, for example, U4. So I can just do U4 equals AR3. U4 is minus 56. We don't know A. R is minus 2. And then raised power 3. So minus 56 equals A. Minus 2 raised power 3 is minus 8. It's minus 8. Divide both sides by minus 8. Minus 8. A equals 7. So with A equals 7, we've gotten the first question. It says find the first term, which is 7. That's not even the way I saw it on my paper, but at least it's okay. So the next one says find the sum of the GP. So sum of the GP, that one is now going to be, since there are 6 terms, since there are 6 terms, so S6 equals A into bracket R is power N minus 1 over R minus 1. So my S6 is going to be equal to A is 7 into bracket. We have our R, which is minus 2 raised to power 6 minus 1. Is it minus? Okay, minus 3 raised to power 6 minus 1. Then minus 3 raised to power 6 again. Okay, okay, R itself is minus 2. Okay, then we have minus 2 minus 1. We're not supposed to have this. Okay, it's correct. So S6, so we have 7 into brackets. Minus 3 raised to power 6, where 6 is even, so our answer is going to be a plus. That's 64. 64 minus 1 is 63. 63 and divided by minus 3. So this is 7. When we do the whole thing, 3 here 1, 3 here 21. So my 7 times minus 21, that's going to give us minus 147. So the sum of the first 6 terms is minus 147. Now the last question says find the complete series. Find the complete series. So we have our first term. Our first term is 7. We're going to be having 7. We don't have our second term, so I can call that X. We have our third term, 28. We have 28. We have minus 56 plus minus 56. Then we don't have Y. We don't have Z. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the 6 terms. So how do we get our X? So remember that X over 7 must give you the ratio, which is minus 2. Right, the difference. So X over 7 must give you minus 2. So definitely from here, X equals minus 14. That ratio. That's something important, something interesting about this GP. And how about this Y? Y over minus 56 must also give you minus 2, the common ratio. So y over minus 56 must give you the common ratio is 2. So y here is going to be equal to 112. So minus 56 times minus 2. Then z over 112 equals minus 2, right? So z over 112 equals minus 2. So z is going to give us minus 224. And with that, that will be all. So x is going to be minus 14, y is going to be minus 2, z is going to be minus 224, as it's because of the common ratio. So once you understand GP very, very well, that is not going to be a problem. So with this, we've come to the end of GP. So what are your assignments? Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the assignment. Number 1, if 3 minus x, then plus 6 plus 7 minus 5x is a GP, so just 3 numbers. A, find the 2 possible values for x. B, find the common ratio. And C, find the sum of the GP. Now number 2, the second and the fifth terms of a GP are minus 7 and 56 respectively. Deduce A, the common ratio, B, the sum of the first 5 terms. And number 3, find the sum of the series below as far as the sixth term. So I have 16 plus 2 plus 1 over 4, then plus ellipses and whatever comes after. Next 3 terms that come after. So that's about that. Thank you so much. See you again. Have a nice day.